In a world where fame and fortune often conceal darker truths, the ongoing trial of Sean Diddy Combs has started to unravel some of Hollywood's most closely guarded secrets. What began as a legal case involving accusations from his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, has transformed into a high-profile media storm. Each day, new revelations are emerging, and the spotlight on Diddy's alleged abusive actions is now just the tip of the iceberg. Diddy, a mogul whose career spans decades and whose influence stretches across the music industry and Hollywood, is now facing serious accusations of physical, emotional, and psychological abuse. But as the trial continues, it's clear that there is more than just a simple case of domestic violence at play. The trial has become a tangled web of disturbing testimonies, leaked audio recordings, and connections to other celebrities whose names are now being dragged into the legal fray. What started as one woman's courageous decision to speak out has now escalated into something much bigger.
You kept it straight on the Smiths. Like, you was just like, I seen Jamie with women.
Yeah.
I seen Jamie with black. And I was like, okay, so this ain't got nothing to do with him trying to gain clout off of every celebrity, trying to ruin his relationship with all the celebrities you've done business with. This is just this particular friend that I've known damn near my whole life, and his wife, you feel like is sabotaging everything that y'all have together, and it's causing you to question him and his friendship towards you.
Without question. So here's the whole thing in a nutshell.
Okay.
You know, it's no secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will, and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worshipped, and she got the bag. So these people will worship her, thinking that that Jada's gonna do something for them. But a narcissist and a sociopath is only looking to do things for themselves.
It was shocked because I was like, Jada is talking about suing. And she's speaking on this, and to my surprise, Will hasn't said anything. And so they did come out and say a rep for Will totally denies the allegations. I was like, Will does not respond to anything.
Nope.
He's never. This is all Jada, because as soon as that rep statement came out, she goes to sit on the Breakfast Club to reiterate the same that I feel she gave to TMZ.
Yes. Yeah. And so I'll say this to you as well.
Okay.
She also said in that interview that they were doing business. Will was not helping me out, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very good interview on this channel called Popcorn Planet.
Okay.
Where a big celebrity lawyer breaks down Jada's interview on the Breakfast Club. And say,
shout out to you said Popcorn
Planet.
Okay, shout out to Popcorn Planet. We gotta check that out.
They cannot even sue based on what she did at the Breakfast Club. Had Jada not went to the Breakfast Club, I would have been sued already. And just for the record, I haven't been sued yet. Have you been sued by Jada?
Nobody's contacted me at all.
Okay, so, and let me answer your other question. The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded, and they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw.
You said it was murder.
Yes. Dwayne Martin's a serial killer, because Will's not the only one, and we're gonna get into that later on too. So basically, Jada's interview did two things. It makes me now, me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald-head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Oh, God.
You did not sue me. You told the world that you were going to sue me. As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swiftly. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the sex parties, right? And the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. Because now what we got to do is we got to force her to say she lied.
The courtroom is transformed into a battleground, not just for justice, but for exposing the hidden and often sinister world that lies beneath the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry. The trial has garnered global attention with every new twist and turn in the case sparking outrage and curiosity. But what exactly is at the heart of this trial? And what is it revealing about the inner workings of Hollywood's elite? It all began when Cassie Ventura, a former recording artist and model, took the stand. Cassie's brave testimony recounted years of alleged abuse and manipulation by Diddy during their relationship. As she spoke about the emotional control Diddy exerted over her, it became clear that this wasn't just about one toxic relationship, it was about a pattern of abuse that spanned beyond just one individual. Cassie described how Diddy isolated her from friends, family, and colleagues, creating an environment where she felt trapped and unable to escape. But it wasn't just psychological abuse. Cassie's testimony revealed instances of physical violence and intimidation. She spoke of Diddy's temper, of how he would lash out at her over the smallest of things, sometimes even as trivial as dinner not being ready on time. These weren't just minor arguments. They were violent outbursts that left Cassie frightened and bruised both physically and emotionally. The gravity of Cassie's testimony went beyond just personal suffering. It painted a disturbing picture of how power control and manipulation worked within Diddy's sphere of influence. As the music mogul's actions were scrutinized, it became clear that he wasn't just abusing his romantic partner, he was also exploiting his status and wealth to control those around him, keeping them silent through fear and intimidation. Cassie's bravery in stepping forward was a pivotal moment in the trial, but as the case progressed, her testimony was only the beginning. The courtroom would soon hear from others who had witnessed Diddy's abusive behavior firsthand, and the trial would escalate into something far more unsettling. The trial took a major turn when Capricorn Clark, Diddy's former assistant, took the stand. Capricorn's testimony added another layer of complexity to the case. Her account wasn't just about observing Diddy's abuse, it was about experiencing it herself. She spoke of the fear she lived with while working for Diddy, detailing the manipulation and intimidation tactics he allegedly used to control everyone around him. One of the most disturbing aspects of Capricorn's testimony was the tale of how she was allegedly forced to undergo multiple lie detector tests with threats of being thrown into the East River if she failed. According to Capricorn, Diddy and his bodyguards subjected her to this grueling ordeal after she was accused of stealing jewelry. The tests weren't just an attempt to find the truth, they were a way for Diddy to maintain control over her, to instill fear, and to ensure loyalty.
The rumors of Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with, who was it with?
Diddy.
I know, right? Hold on. So apparently Will's assistant, which I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy because the same guy tried to do an interview on my platform and I said no. But he claims he saw Will Smith with Dwayne Martin.
Oh yeah.
I know nothing about this. This is crazy.
I mean, well, you should interview Tisha
Campbell, who was married to Dwayne Smith. That'd be an interesting interview.
Wouldn't it?
It would. You know her?
I do.
All right, let's make some phone calls.
I don't know. But I mean, and then there's, what would be said and what wouldn't be said. But, I heard more rumors about Dwayne than Will.
Oh, you heard rumors about Dwayne? Oh. I heard some rumors about Will and Jada, which I won't mention because I'll get sued.
Whereas that he's dressing like, he dressing the same he dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy? I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bro. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all that other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position. And the Punisher was being directed by Diddy while he was doing the stuff to punish Cassie. Now, he could not look at Diddy, and as they go on in that whole scene and stuff like that, Diddy gets mad at him because Diddy tried to look him in the eye, or he tried to look Diddy in the eye or something like that when he was doing Cassie and Cassie was doing Diddy. It was some crazy stuff like that, man. But can we get back to the trial? Because that's in their sexual acts and what they doing, bro. All this shit is so perverted, and people, I don't know if they really want to hear that, and if they do want to hear that, bro, it's just crazy to me, because here it is that this mind that he has and this perverted mind that he do all this shit. I'm trying to wonder where this kid get this shit from. Is this some kind of learned behavior when he was a kid? Because you know his mama used to have those sex parties. His mama used to have those, and he used to see this and see some of this stuff. So is this him acting out his childhood fantasies that he saw back when he was a kid, or what? I don't know, bruh. I don't even want to talk about it.
Capricorn's account of this chilling experience painted a clear picture of how Diddy operated behind closed doors. It wasn't just about making sure people worked for him. It was about breaking them down mentally and physically to make them compliant. She also recounted an incident where she was allegedly forced into a car at gunpoint and driven to Kid Cudi's home. The purpose? To intimidate Kid Cudi, who was dating Cassie at the time, and to make sure he didn't go to the authorities about a break-in at his house. The disturbing nature of this account suggested a level of power and control that went far beyond simple abuse. It implied a network of manipulation threats and coercion that extended into the lives of others in Diddy's orbit. This testimony was vital not just for the case against Diddy, but for understanding the toxic environment he allegedly created within his own circles. The trial was no longer just about one individual's suffering. It was about exposing a culture of fear and violence that seemed to permeate every aspect of Diddy's world. But perhaps the most shocking element of the trial has been the leaked audio recordings. These recordings, which have yet to be fully disclosed to the public, have ignited a firestorm of speculation and intrigue. While the specifics of the tapes remain a mystery, the buzz around them has only intensified as the trial has progressed. The whispers surrounding the audio are almost as chilling as the testimony itself. According to some sources, the recordings are not just conversations between Diddy and his associates. They are reportedly filled with disturbing and explicit content. One insider described the audio as so graphic and unsettling that it caused the entire courtroom to freeze. The details are scarce, but rumors suggest that the tapes may contain moments of violence with Diddy allegedly laughing in the background as someone is hurt. The tapes have become the focal point of the trial, with many speculating that they may hold the key to unraveling the full extent of Diddy's alleged abusive behavior. Some believe the audio could contain confessions, while others think it could expose the involvement of other high-profile celebrities in the scandal. If these tapes ever see the light of day, they could provide a damning account of the true nature of Diddy's actions, far worse than anyone could have imagined. The fact that these tapes exist and that they are reportedly being withheld from the public has added an extra layer of mystery to the case. Some believe that the authorities are keeping the recordings under wraps to protect the privacy of those involved, while others think that the content is simply too explosive to be released. As the trial continued, more names from the entertainment industry began to surface, each adding a new layer of intrigue to the case. Diddy's network of connections, both personal and professional, was beginning to be examined in ways that no one had anticipated. The focus of the trial shifted from just Diddy and Cassie to a broader web of people who had either been complicit in the alleged abuse or were indirectly affected by it. One of the most significant revelations came when former artist Dawn Richards took the stand. Richards, a former member of Diddy's girl group Danity Kane, described her experiences with Diddy during the group's time together. She didn't just confirm some of Cassie's allegations, she also recounted seeing Diddy physically assault Cassie on multiple occasions. Richards described an incident where Diddy allegedly became enraged over dinner, not being ready on time, and in a fit of rage hit Cassie with a skillet. The details of this attack were harrowing. Richards recalled Cassie dropping to the floor in pain, curling into a fetal position to shield herself from the blows. According to Richards, Diddy continued to kick Cassie in the head and body, dragging her upstairs while glass shattered, and the entire scene descended into chaos. Richards, understandably terrified, did not intervene. She also admitted that she did not call the police, highlighting the climate of fear and intimidation that had taken root in Diddy's world. Richards' testimony painted a vivid picture of an abusive environment, one where fear and control were used as tools to dominate and subjugate those around Diddy. This was not just about Diddy's personal life, it was about the atmosphere he created for those who worked with him and the dangerous and toxic culture he allegedly fostered. But the trial didn't stop with just former employees and artists. As the case progressed, names from Hollywood's A-list started to crop up, with Will Smith being one of the most unexpected individuals to become entangled in the case. Over the years, rumors about Diddy and Will Smith's close relationship had always circulated, but they were often dismissed as gossip. However, the trial has given new life to these rumors, with the connection between the two now becoming the subject of public fascination. In the wake of the trial, fans and the media have started to look back on the moments when Diddy and Will Smith were seen together. Old interviews, red carpet events, and social media posts have all been re-examined under a new lens. What once seemed like innocent friendships now raised questions. Were Diddy and Will just friends, or was there something more to their relationship? The internet has been buzzing with theories, some more outlandish than others. Some believe that the connection between Diddy and Will Smith goes far beyond just business or friendship. Were they involved in something more personal, something the public never knew about? The more the trial exposed, the more people began to wonder just how deep the ties between Diddy and other celebrities really went. As the case progresses, the Hollywood connections only seem to grow more complicated. From Will Smith to other names like Meek Mill, it's clear that the tentacles of this case stretch far beyond just one individual. What's at stake now isn't just Diddy's reputation, it's the very fabric of Hollywood itself. Among those whose names surfaced during the trial was Meek Mill. A rapper closely associated with Diddy, Meek found himself thrust into the spotlight as rumors began to circulate about his involvement. In an attempt to defend himself, Meek took to social media, posting a series of messages vehemently denying any wrongdoing. However, rather than calming the storm, Meek's outbursts only fueled further speculation. Fans and critics alike began to scour through Meek's social media history, digging up old tweets, videos, and memes that hinted at a more complicated relationship with Diddy than he had previously admitted. One video in particular caught the attention of the public, a clip of Meek at a party visibly uncomfortable while someone laughed in the background. This footage, combined with his strange social media posts, only intensified the rumors. Meek's reaction to the trial only added more fuel to the fire. Instead of offering clarity, his outbursts seemed to make the situation even murkier. His relationship with Diddy, which had always been seen as a mentor-protege dynamic, was now being questioned, and the internet was having a field day. The trial has become far more than just a legal battle. It's a media spectacle that is unraveling the dark underbelly of Hollywood. What started with Cassie's testimony about abuse at the hands of Diddy has now spiraled into a complex case that involves leaked audio, new witnesses, and high-profile celebrities. The courtroom is no longer just a place for legal proceedings. It's a stage for exposing the hidden secrets that have been buried in the entertainment industry for years. But the trial is far from over. As new revelations come to light, the world is watching, waiting to see who will be exposed next. What we have seen so far is just the beginning, and it is clear that the story of Diddy's alleged abuse, the manipulation of those around him, and the web of Hollywood connections is only going to get more complicated as time goes on. As the trial continued, the tension not only increased with the testimonies already presented, but new witnesses continued to come forward, with even more unsettling revelations making the story even more complex. These individuals were not looking for attention or trying to elevate their own fame, but were people who had been close to Diddy and had witnessed behaviors that they could no longer remain silent about. These new witnesses included former artist staff members who once worked for Diddy, and even party guests who had attended events in his circles. One of the most significant witnesses was a former associate of Diddy, Dawn Richards. She had been a member of Diddy's girl group, Danity Kane. Dawn came forward to confirm Cassie's allegations and even recalled an incident she witnessed back in 2009. She described a terrifying moment when Diddy became enraged over dinner not being prepared on time and struck Cassie with a large skillet. When Dawn recounted seeing Cassie being assaulted, she had to painfully admit that she couldn't intervene, and this situation further darkened the picture of Diddy. Dawn also mentioned that after the incident, Diddy instructed her and the other members of Danity Kane to keep quiet and not reveal what had happened. She said that Diddy warned everyone that if they did not keep the secret, people involved could disappear, a chilling remark implying the threat of death. Dawn's silence in the face of this violent act was not accidental. It was the deep fear Diddy had instilled in everyone around him. This highlights the reality that people within Diddy's network, from artists to staff members, were living under constant threat and control. Meanwhile, the name Will Smith began to surface more frequently in connection with the trial, and his relationship with Diddy was now thrust into the heart of the controversy. Although rumors of a close relationship between the two had circulated for years, these rumors were often dismissed as mere gossip. However, now as the trial progressed, these rumors began to be taken seriously, and the connection between Diddy and Will Smith was becoming a focal point. Old interviews, photos from red carpet events, and social media posts were dug up, sparking a wave of speculation. The pictures of Diddy and Will Smith, once seen as perfectly innocent now, appeared to suggest something more. People started to ask, was there more to their relationship than just being friends or business partners? Were there deeper, hidden aspects to their connection that the public was unaware of? Some rumors even suggested that their relationship could be more complicated than anyone had imagined. While Will Smith remained silent on the trial, Diddy seemed to have a constant vocal reaction, making people wonder if Will was truly aware of what was happening in Diddy's world. These rumors not only tarnished Will Smith's image, but also raised doubts about how he maintained his career and his relationships with other celebrities in the industry. Another name that became central to the trial was Meek Mill, a famous rapper and longtime associate of Diddy. While Meek Mill had always been seen as one of Diddy's protege, as the trial grew more intense, his personal connection with Diddy was brought under scrutiny. Meek Mill seemed to feel the need to defend himself, publicly triggering a media storm. Meek took to social media to refute the speculations about him, claiming that his relationship with Diddy was purely professional. However, his posts only fueled more suspicions. Old videos and photos of Meek at parties with Diddy were resurfaced, and the online community quickly began to draw conclusions about the true nature of their relationship. A particular video showing Meek looking visibly uncomfortable at a party with Diddy caught the attention of the public and intensified the rumors. Meek's attempt to defend himself only made matters worse. His social media outbursts failed to provide clarity and instead caused even more confusion. His relationship with Diddy, which had always been seen as a mentor-protege dynamic, was now questioned, and the internet had a field day with the situation. On the legal front, the leaked audio recordings continued to be the most shocking aspect of the trial. These tapes, which have not yet been fully disclosed to the public, have caused a media frenzy, with everyone speculating about what they contain. While the specifics of the audio remain shrouded in mystery, the buzz around them has only intensified as the trial moves forward. The rumors surrounding the recordings are almost as chilling as the testimonies themselves. According to some sources, the recordings are not just casual conversations between Diddy and his associates. They reportedly contain explicit and disturbing content. One insider described the audio as so graphic and unsettling that it caused the entire courtroom to freeze. The details remain scarce, but rumors suggest that the tapes may contain violent moments with Diddy allegedly laughing in the background while someone is hurt. These tapes have become the focal point of the trial, with many speculating that they could be the key to unraveling the full extent of Diddy's alleged abusive behavior. Some believe that the audio might include confessions, while others think it could reveal the involvement of other high-profile celebrities. If these tapes are ever made public, they could offer a damning account of Diddy's actions far worse than anyone could have imagined. The fact that these tapes exist and are reportedly being withheld from the public has added an additional layer of intrigue to the case. Some believe that the authorities are keeping the recordings private to protect the privacy of those involved, while others think that the content is simply too explosive to be released. As the trial progressed, more names from the entertainment industry began to emerge, each adding a new layer of complexity to the case. Diddy's network of connections, both personal and professional, was now under scrutiny in ways no one had anticipated. The focus of the trial shifted from just Diddy and Cassie to a broader web of people who were either complicit in the alleged abuse or were indirectly affected by it. One of the most notable new witnesses was Dawn Richards, a former member of Diddy's girl group, Danity Kane. Dawn took the stand and provided a chilling account of what she had witnessed during her time working with Diddy. She didn't just back up Cassie's claims, she also recounted seeing Diddy physically assault Cassie on multiple occasions. Richards described an incident where Diddy allegedly became enraged over dinner not being ready on time and in a fit of rage hit Cassie with a skillet. The details of this attack were harrowing. Richards recalled Cassie dropping to the ground in pain, curling into a fetal position to shield herself from the blows. According to Richards, Diddy continued to kick Cassie in the head and body, dragging her upstairs while glass shattered, and the entire scene descended into chaos. Richards, understandably terrified, did not intervene. She also admitted that she did not call the police, highlighting the climate of fear and intimidation that had taken root in Diddy's world. Richards' testimony was significant, not just because it corroborated Cassie's allegations, but because it came from someone who had direct experience working with Diddy. It wasn't just about isolated incidents, it was about a pattern of abusive behavior that had been ongoing for years. With each passing day, the Diddy trial continued to expose secrets that Hollywood had long tried to keep hidden. New witnesses, leaked audio, and shocking revelations had transformed the case from a legal battle into a media spectacle. Diddy, a mogul with immense power, was now facing questions that he could no longer avoid. As the testimonies continued and more evidence came to light, it became clear that this trial was about more than just Diddy. It was about power manipulation and the exploitation of the entertainment industry. The case was no longer about a single individual's abusive actions. It was about a culture that allowed these actions to continue for years without consequence. The trial had become a pivotal moment in exposing how deep the corruption and control ran within Hollywood. As the case moved forward, the world watched to see who would be exposed next. The trial was far from over, and every new piece of evidence seemed to raise more questions than answers. Whether or not Diddy would be held accountable, one thing was certain: the trial had sparked a conversation that could change Hollywood forever. The trial of Diddy may have started as a fight between one man and the truth, but it was quickly turning into a battle that could reveal a much darker side of the entertainment world than anyone had anticipated. The secrets were just beginning to surface, and the impact of this case could be felt for years to come. Diddy's trial has evolved from a legal conflict into an all-consuming spectacle that is shaking Hollywood to its core. Shocking revelations, testimonies from new witnesses, and the explosive potential of the leaked audio tapes have captivated the public's attention. What began as a case about abuse is now unveiling a tangled web of corruption, manipulation, and abuse of power. As the trial moves forward, the question remains: who will be exposed next, and how far does the web of Diddy's influence truly extend? The future of Hollywood itself may depend on the outcome of this case.